What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan, and so what I wanted to talk to you today about is manners, because remember, all you guys were working on our social skills, so we've been talking about what type of people are out there, and to just focus on universals, stay a little bit clear of superficials and dumpers and emotionally needy people, and just focus on universal people. And so the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is manners. And the big issue that I see with manners and people having manners nowadays is they are very opinionated. And I'm sorry, but a lot of people are gonna look at this video like it's crazy and it's controversial because people want to have their opinions nowadays, right? So you look online and you can look up whatever you want and you can get your opinions satisfied, and you can, get your whole character satisfied, and you can, just have everything there online. You know what I'm saying? And you watch videos, and like I was telling you about the Star Wars the other day, people are just giving their opinions on that and being like, oh, I'm gonna kill Kathleen Kennedy, or I'm gonna kill myself if the next Star Wars movie sucks, So people are so opinionated, and it's rude. And a lot of people don't like when you're super opinionated. People like to just have a chill conversation. They don't want to have to debate anything. So that's one of the big takeaways you're going to take away from this video today, is that people don't want to debate things. So rule number one for manners dealing with opinions: keep nerd culture to yourself. That's the first thing. Keep all the nerd culture to yourself. Like, remember I was talking about Star Wars? Okay, so if the new Star Wars movie comes out, you could say it was cool, it was all right, I wasn't feeling it. That's it. That's all you have to say about Star Wars and nerd culture. Anything else, if somebody asks you about anime or something like that, you just say, oh, I saw a couple of them, but I was busy and have to work. I got a girlfriend, I got friends, so I wasn't able to continue watching every single episode, so I'm not really sure what happened. You know what I'm saying? I like superheroes and I see all the movies, but, I don't have the money or the time to collect comic books and read all the comic books. Something simple like that. So remember, number one, nerd culture. Just dumb down your opinions on nerd culture. It'll really help you out. Number two is you have to respect somebody's life experiences. So for instance, if you're going through something, somebody gives you their advice through life experience, you don't have to do whatever they tell you, but you should at least respect them and show them that they know what they're talking about. Like, make them feel like they know what they're talking about, and it'll make them feel good, and it'll make them want to continue talking to you. For instance, I was talking to a guy the other day. Now, I'm 34. I've had like 6 girlfriends, 7 girlfriends, something like that. I can't remember. In my 34 years, I've dated, I've, helped other people find girlfriends and things like that. And I was talking to this guy who's a virgin, never been in a relationship, like 18 years old. And I was trying to give him a little piece of advice, and he blew up at me and started telling me, well, that's not even psychologically true, and that's not what the pickup artists say, and that's not what I read in this book, and that's not what I read in this book, that book. And it's kind of like you've never been in the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to tell a soldier about war if you've never been in the battlefield? So that's one thing I want everybody to remember. So when you're out there and somebody has some type of life experience and tries to teach you something, just be careful and just respect them. Listen to it. You don't have to take their advice, but just be respectful and make them feel like they know something. because then people are going to like you more and want to talk to you more. The third thing I would say is taboos, right? Religion, politics, right? Sometimes you have to just let people have their opinion as long as their opinion doesn't hurt nobody, right? If somebody supports Trump and they start talking about how he's a good businessman or whatever, fine, let them have their opinion. If they start talking about racist stuff, then you can chime in, right? But I'll give you some examples, right? You know, I'm an Orthodox Jew now. I was forced into other religions when I was younger. And, you know, I finally stepped away from that and just became an Orthodox Jew because I've always been an Orthodox Jew, right? So when people ask me about it and I tell them about how I'm an Orthodox Jew and I tell them about Jewish law and this, that, and the other and how, you know, it works for me, they get really offended. Why? Because I don't believe what they believe. And they start getting really angry and frustrated and upset because I don't want to believe what they believe, right? That's not good social skills, right? If somebody has an opinion that's not bothering anybody, you just let them have that opinion, right? Give you one more example, you know, with marijuana, right? I've worked in substance abuse counseling and rehab when I was younger, and you know, I've seen a lot of stuff having to do with drugs, and one of the things is marijuana, and I have my opinions on that from my own personal experience. Yet my sister used to yell at me all the time, and we'd get in these huge arguments about how I was wrong about my opinion on marijuana, right? And regardless of my opinion on marijuana, the world is not going to end. Nobody's going to die, you know. Nobody's going to be homeless. Nobody is going to go to jail because my opinion on marijuana. So that's the third thing. If it's taboo, just as long as the person ain't hurting nobody, they're not saying anything racial or they're not threatening anybody, then let them have their little opinions, taboo opinions. And the fourth thing is very, very important. People, I noticed, just be opinionated about everything when they don't really need to be opinionated on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when people try to do something for them, like they engage in activity with the person or they give the person something and they become very opinionated on it. Like, for example, my parents, when I was younger, used to take us out to movies, and a lot of the movies they took us out to sucked. And I didn't like them. And I would tell my parents I didn't like those movies and all the reasons why I didn't like those movies. And eventually my parents started not taking us out to the movies because I was gonna hate every single movie we went out to. You know what I'm saying? And then what ended up happening is, you know, I was missing out on a fun weekend thing because I would complain about every single movie. And it was like, regardless of whether the movie sucked or not, like I said, I grew up in a situation where my mom was like, you can only go to school and home. So if she was like, you guys can go to movies on the weekend, it shouldn't matter what type of movie I see, I'm getting out the house. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be throwing out my opinion on a movie like that. And the same thing, you know, I helped out a friend a while ago, and he was hungry, so I gave him a meal. Next thing you know, he's talking about how sucky the hamburger was and how, you know, it's processed and the employee at the store or the employee at the restaurant just put it in the microwave. It's like, dude, you have no money, you have no food, just be happy you got a burger. You know, don't be talking about how the burger sucks, okay? Just be grateful that I got you a burger. Okay? It's not that serious.
What is the difference between selectas and the regular one?
Oh, I'm not sure. Sorry. So, yeah, somebody was asking me about the bus. But what I will leave you guys with is this. It's number one, right? You just want to make sure you keep your nerd opinions to yourself, okay? Number 2, right? What's number 2? It is, sorry, my brain is kind of freezing because I'm out here in the cold and everything, looking around. But number 2, well, we'll just go like this. Number 2 is when people have a taboo opinion, just let them have their taboo opinion and be out. Number 3, it has to do with people's experiences. So I'll put that on number 3. It has to be people experience. If people have an experience and they're giving you their opinion on the situation from their experiences, you should just listen to them and respect it. You don't actually have to follow their advice, but you should at least listen and respect them and, show them that they know what you're talking about. They know what they're talking about. And number 3rd thing is, when you're out with people, hanging out, and people do stuff with you, stop just giving your opinion when your opinion isn't needed, okay? It is not that serious. You don't have to complain about the movie. You don't have to complain about the burger. Just stop. All right. Thank you for your time and watching this video. If you like it, subscribe and leave a comment below. I'll answer your questions and I'm out. Peace.